There's a feeling every trader knows. You're in a position. It's working. Not perfectly, but it's moving in your direction. You start to feel good. You start to think maybe this is the one that really runs. And then it stops. Not just stops, it reverses, sharp, fast, like someone flipped a switch. It takes out your stop by 2 ticks, maybe 3. And the moment your stop is gone, the market turns right back around and goes exactly where you thought it was going to go. Runs 50 points without you. You've been shaken out. And the first thought that goes through your head is, the market did that on purpose. Now, I'm not the kind of trader who believes the market is alive. I don't think it has intentions. I don't think it's personal. But I've been doing this long enough to know that it feels personal. And that feeling, that the market is trying to shake you out, is one of the most dangerous things you'll ever deal with, because it triggers something primal. It makes you want to fight back. And fighting back against the market is how you lose. I learned this lesson the hard way, not in the 70s, later, in the 80s, when the markets had calmed down, but the noise, the intraday noise, was still vicious. I was trading something I don't even remember anymore, maybe crude, maybe something else. The specifics don't matter because the pattern is universal. I got into a position, good entry, solid setup, the kind of trade I'd been taking for years, and it started moving. I was up, feeling good. Then it turned. It didn't turn slowly. It turned like someone had yanked the rug, dropped 3 points in 10 minutes, hit my stop, gone. And then it turned back, rallied 6 points higher than my entry. I watched it happen, sat there staring at the screen, knowing I'd been right, knowing the trade would have worked if I'd just held on, feeling the burn of it. And the next day, I did something stupid. I took the same trade. But this time, I moved my stop, wider, gave it more room, told myself I was being smart, told myself I was learning from yesterday. The market took my stop again, and then it reversed, again. That was the pattern for about 2 weeks. Every time I widened my stop, the market found it. Every time I tightened my stop, the market took it and ran. I was being toyed with, not by a conscious entity, by the simple mechanics of a volatile market. But it felt personal, and the more personal it felt, the worse I traded. It took me a long time to understand what was actually happening. The market wasn't trying to shake me out. The market wasn't trying to do anything to me. The market was just being the market, volatile, noisy, full of false moves and genuine moves that look identical until they've played out. What I was experiencing wasn't persecution, it was variance, the normal chaos of price discovery. But my brain didn't interpret it that way. My brain interpreted it as a threat, a challenge, something I needed to overcome by trying harder, staying bigger, refusing to be pushed around. And every time I acted on that instinct, I lost more money. The market wasn't shaking me out. I was shaking myself out by not understanding the nature of what I was trading. Here's what I eventually figured out. Volatility is not a bug in the market. It's a feature. It's built in. It's the mechanism by which the market moves from one price to another. Without volatility, nothing ever goes anywhere. Without noise, nobody would ever get filled. The false moves and the real moves are woven together. You cannot have one without the other. The mistake I was making was treating volatility like an enemy, like something to be overcome, like the market was doing me wrong by being messy. But the market is always messy. That's its job. Once I accepted that, something changed. I stopped trying to avoid being shaken out and started trying to understand how the shaking out worked. And that's when the real learning began. I started paying attention to the structure of the shakeouts, not the movements, the patterns. I noticed that in a volatile market, the shakeouts tend to come at predictable moments. Right before a big move, right after a news event, during the first hour, during the last hour, when liquidity is thin, when the market is trying to decide which direction to go. And I noticed that the shakeouts are almost always the same shape: a sharp move against the prevailing direction, a brief pause, and then a frightened continuation in the original direction. The shakeout is not the move, the shakeout is the preparation for the move. If you understand that, you stop being afraid of it. You start seeing it as confirmation. The market is testing the weak hands. If your stop survived the shakeout, you're in good company. The people who got shaken out were the ones who shouldn't have been there anyway. That's a hard thing to hear, but it's true. The ones who get shaken out are not victims. They're participants who didn't understand the game. So how do you trade a market that's trying to shake you out? First, you stop taking it personally. This is harder than it sounds. When you're in a trade and it reverses sharply, your brain floods with stress hormones. You feel attacked. You feel like you're about to lose something, and you either panic out or panic into a bigger position. Both are wrong. The correct response is observe. Watch the shakeout unfold. Notice the structure. Is it a sharp spike with a quick recovery? Is it a slow grind that builds into a climax? Is it happening on high volume or low? Each of these tells you something different about what the market is doing. If you can train yourself to observe the shakeout instead of reacting to it, you've already won half the battle. Second, you size for the noise. If you know the market is volatile, if you know shakeouts are part of the game, then you don't size your position as if the shakeout won't happen. You size it as if the shakeout will happen. You build in room for the noise. You give the market space to do what it does without killing your trade. This means wider stops, smaller position sizes, lower leverage. It means accepting that you will get shaken out sometimes, and that's part of the process. It means not fighting the feature of the market. Third, you look for the shakeout as a signal. This is the advanced part. Once you've learned to recognize the pattern of a shakeout, you can start using it as a trigger. When the market spikes against the trend and then recovers, that's often the signal that the real move is about to begin. The weak hands are gone. The path is clear. I've made some of my best trades by waiting for the shakeout to happen and then entering after it. Let the market shake out the people who don't belong. Let the noise resolve. And then take the move with cleaner air and less resistance. That's not being shaken out. That's using the shakeout. I knew a trader back in the day. Old guy, been around forever. And he had a phrase that I've never forgotten. He said, "The market shakes the tree so the fruit falls. Don't be the fruit." That's the whole thing in one sentence. The market is going to shake. It's going to be loud. It's going to create moves that look scary. It's going to test your conviction. That's what it does. That's what it's always done. And if you're the fruit, if you're loose, if you're uncertain, if you're not committed to your process, you'll fall. But if you're grounded, if you understand the structure of what's happening, if you've sized correctly, if you've accepted that noise is part of the game, then the shaking doesn't move you. You stay on the tree. And when the shaking stops, you're still there to collect the fruit. That's the difference between traders who get shaken out and traders who profit from volatility. The ones who get shaken out see the noise and think it's a threat. The ones who profit see the noise and know it's an opportunity. So, what does a grounded trader look like in a loud market? He's not chasing. He's not panicking. He's not moving his stops around based on emotion. He's not second-guessing his process every time the market twitches. He's sitting there, patient, watching the noise, waiting for the real signal. And he knows the difference because he's seen it 1,000 times before. The shakeout is not the move. The shakeout is the setup. That's the insight. That's the whole game. If you see a volatile market and your first instinct is to get small and defensive, that's smart. But if you can also see it as an opportunity, as a time when the weak hands are being eliminated and the real direction is about to assert itself, then you're not just surviving the volatility, you're using it. And that's what separates the grounded traders from the ones who get shaken out over and over again. These days, when the market gets loud, I smile a little. Not because I'm arrogant, because I've seen it before. I know what's coming. The noise will pass. The shakeout will happen. And once it's done, the path will be clearer. I don't try to fight it. I don't try to avoid it. I just let it do its work. And then I do mine. Volatility is not a bug. It's a feature. And if you learn to use it instead of fighting it, it becomes one of the most powerful tools you'll ever have.